Before we get into the video, make sure y'all hit that like button, subscribe if you're new. I mean, come on, what are you doing if you're not subbed to me by now? My content is fire, from stop motions, news videos, reviews, music occasionally. All my social media accounts are linked down below, and now, let's get straight to it. Okay, so we've got quite a bit of Rise of the Beast news to talk about today. I took a day off yesterday, and of course the whole day yesterday it was just flooded with Rise of the Beast news that I have to talk about now for y'all. So first up here, Stephen Caple Jr., he did a interview with Hollywood Reporter. Some key things to talk about here. He says with the Creed 2 fights, which is the last movie he directed, Creed 2, he wanted to kind of implement it into Rise of the Beast, the fighting styles, more hand-to-hand combat, talking about really switching up the style and making it more interesting visually, which I really do love him talking about that, because you can really see that through the fights and through some of the new footage that we've gotten the past couple days, which I will be talking about later on in the video, by the way. So yeah, I'm really excited that he really seems to understand how to handle Transformers action. So +1 for you there, Caple Jr. Next up, one of the other things that I want to talk about here, Michael Bay helped him on a lot of the certain visual effects, which we already knew, but it's nice that he actually confirmed it finally. We saw him show up on set during Peru in 2021. That was like October during filming. But the other thing he talks about here, Stephen Caple Jr., he says, let me find the direct quote. He's like, it doesn't mess up any of the timeline in 2006, 2007. We're actually going in a direction that allows us to protect that side of the universe. Y'all know my stance on this already. They're playing both sides here. They don't want to upset people that want it to be a prequel, some that want it to be a reboot. They just want all the fans to come together and get into the seats to make them that sweet cheddar cheese. So, yeah, I don't know what to make of this. I'm not going to make too big of a deal because we'll see in a few weeks where they're actually going with this. I mean, they'd be pretty dumb to go along with this whole prequel thing. Here's what I think. If this movie does really well or does good to greenlight a sequel and the third movie possibly and whatever other spin-offs they got planned, because they do have the Beast Wars spin-off they want to do. They have that Miguel Soto film in the works. So if Rise of the Beast does good, I think they're going to move into the new continuity sort of thing and the reboot aspect and narrative that they at first started to push when Bumblebee did really good, and there was a lot of positive fan reception with that movie. You had Hasbro talking about it being a new storytelling universe and a little bit of weird phrasing, but that's what the talk was at the time. And now they've been backtracking the past year or two here and sort of playing both sides and wording it in these weird ways, like what Stephen Caple Jr. said here. So let's hope, in my opinion, it goes that way, and I'm probably a lot of you guys watching too want it to be a reboot, but I do get some of the prequel wanters and believers in my comments sometimes talking about how, oh my god, you don't know how many Bayverse fans still want there to be a sequel to The Last Night, Rise of Unicron. Sure, yes, okay, but I mean, you see here with Rise of the Beast and the Bumblebee movie, there's way more Transformers fans that want it to be a reboot or in line with what the Bumblebee movie was than whatever The Last Night was trying to be. So, people, just calm down. We'll see in a few months. We shall see. And last night, we got a brand new TV spot that was shown on TV. There was no HD version uploaded by Paramount yet. ROTB trailer on Twitter spotted this, and somebody sent it to him and stuff. And we have some brand new scenes. We have here Scourge sort of drifting to Optimus while Optimus is shooting at Scourge, hitting him a couple times. Scourge transforms, jumps up, and tackles Optimus down into a hill. So that looks pretty crazy. You could already see the influence that Stephen Caple Jr. is talking about with the fighting, more hand-to-hand combat, something a bit more visually skilled. You know, you could definitely see that right here, and with other scenes that we've seen with the fights going on with the robots here. And then We have a new shot of Optimus and Noah standing on a mountain, presumably in Peru or Machu Picchu, wherever this is supposed to be, I'm not sure. And then we have the Transwarp Bridge in the background there that I'm assuming the Terracons activated or built while they were there. And this is right before the final battle, and they're getting ready to go up there. And Optimus and Noah are having that little talk, similar to Cade and Optimus in Age of Extinction when they were traveling to China in that ship. That's what it kind of reminds me of, and that's probably what this is going to sort of be, a nice little heart-to-heart with Optimus and Noah, which sounds like it's going to be a pretty cool and maybe an emotional scene. And then you get a close-up shot of Optimus there talking with Noah, talking about we have one last chance or something along those lines, which, I mean, this shot looks pretty beautiful. I really like the way that looks. And then the new scene of footage here is Cheetor transforming. He jumps up, transforms into robot mode, and Rhinox is running right behind him. Interesting thing with this transformation here is, you can see the Studio Series spear there, so that's our first look of it in live action, which is sick. They brightened Cheetor's colors a bit. He's a bit more yellowish orange than before. Before, he was more of like brownish orange, a bit more darker, so I'm glad they brightened up the colors, probably listening to fans online, or it's just personal internal advice, brightening Cheetor's colors, which is great. Good on them for that. When Cheetor was transforming, I noticed there were some similarities to his mainline Deluxe class figure with the cheetah head on the chest and the head crest details. Potentially, maybe I'm just seeing things, and maybe it's just him mid-transformation, because this is not high quality, but it seems like maybe this could be on their home planet, Biospera, Eucharis, Animatron, whatever name you want to call the Beast Planet. There's obviously many names out there in Transformers lore. So I'm thinking maybe, this is my theory, my speculation here, maybe the mainline figures are them on Beast Planet before they scan their modes on Earth, potentially. That's my guess. I'm not too sure, but only time will tell. Still got a few weeks left, you know. Only a couple weeks left. We are in the finish line, people. And then the next new shots here, we have Noah laying on the ground, and he's like, Prime, I don't think we're going to win this one. And the Optimus, he's falling down, presumably the Transwarp Bridge or something like that, and he's got his axe there, which is our first look in live action. We did get a look of it a few days ago with the Robosin figure, but now we have actual confirmation this will be in the movie, which is great. Love the axe, looking great and beautiful as always. And Optimus responds to Noah. It's just a voiceover. It's not him actually saying this in this scene. He says something like, there's still a chance or something like that, which is pretty cool. I really liked that line and interaction there in the trailer. So it seems like there's going to be a lot of good and emotional lines between Optimus and Noah in this movie, really giving you that heart-to-heart feeling and that really sort of personal level, like what we got with Bumblebee. And that's what Steven Caple Jr. and Lorenzo have been talking about in these interviews the past few weeks, bringing in the action of the Bayverse in the heart of the Bumblebee movie, which I am all for. And for the Italian dub of Rise of the Beast, the voice actor was revealed, Frank Matano. Sorry if I'm pronouncing that last name wrong, I'm not Italian. We have a brand new look at Stratosphere's CG render and design. This seems to be like it's going to be actually from the movie and not the control art that we saw a couple months ago from Takara. So there's a lot of differences here with the mustache. It looks more robotic and less human and old man-like, which is great. I do not like these like hyper-realistic humanoid faces. It's been in Transformers lore since the 80s, but I mean, they just got the live action stuff since Age of Extinction has just gone crazy with the humanoid looks at times. But anyway, this looks much better than the control art in my opinion. I still prefer the Revenge of the Fallen head, but this is not bad either. And he looks pretty good so far, and I can't wait to see him in the movie in a few weeks. The last little bit of news I want to cover in this video, somebody on YouTube posted a review of Studio Series Rhinox. Going to be coming out in a few months, going up for pre-order, I believe, May 23rd. He got some in-hand shots here now. He looks pretty great. I am really liking this Voyager class Rhinox. He seems like he's going to be worth the Voyager price point and budget. I love the sculpted details all over him. He's nice and chunky. The legs could be a bit more beefier, but he still seems like a nice hefty Voyager class figure. The mace he comes with looks pretty cool, and the way it stores and transforms and into a hammer and stores on top of the Rhino mode, it kind of looks like a missile launcher rack to me. I don't know if that's actually how it's supposed to be or not, but that's what it looks like. That'd be pretty cool if Rhinox did have a big, huge missile rack in the movie. Just imagine him shooting down Terracon and Predacon drones. Oof, that would be crazy. But yeah, the Studio Series figure looks pretty valid. It looks like a big dub in my opinion. I'm definitely going to be getting this. Probably not pre-ordering it because I'm just not, in a rush to get this figure, but this does seem like it would be a good figure to get, and I really am looking forward to the day when he becomes available to buy. But anyway, guys, that is pretty much all I wanted to cover in this video. Let me know down in the comments below, what do you guys think about this slew of Rise of the Beast news from yesterday, and thank you guys for watching the video. I'll catch you in the next one. Bye!